Well, Dungeons and Dragons is played. It's a tabletop game, so it's played it's got dice. You create characters. You got character sheets, stats, and it's mostly. I always describe it as it's an interactive role-playing experience, kind of mixed into a game with dice rolls and stuff like that. Mostly, you will use D20 or 20-sided dice, and every once in a while, you might use regular 6-sided dice or even 5, or it all ranges. But most of the time, you're just using D20s. That's the cool thing about D&D is that you can kind of create whatever you want. If you want to be a necromancer or a wizard or a warrior, or if you want to be a bad guy or a good guy, you can play whatever kind of characters you want.
Yeah.
So, depending on which edition of D&D you're playing, you could be normal human, you could be a dwarf, you could be an elf, a dark elf. There's a race of demon people. There's lizard people, orcs, all that stuff. Any kind of fantasy thing you could think of, you can pretty much do it. To my knowledge, I don't think there's a hard limit on player limitation. I'm sure you probably don't want to have, you wouldn't want to go too crazy with the amount of people you're playing with or what they're able to do or anything like that, because it can get out of hand. But really, D&D is suited to let you do whatever you want. So it's kind of neat in that way.
Yeah.
So choosing your dungeon master is important because you probably want to pick the player who is the best storyteller and who has the best creativity and can keep track of all these things. They're probably going to be a player who's played Dungeons and Dragons a lot before doing the dungeon mastering, because it can get challenging, and especially if you have players who try to do crazy stuff, the dungeon master has to kind of rein them in.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to depend on the players and how much they want to play. But I imagine it could go anywhere from an hour to you could probably play for hours and hours at a time. You could spend the night playing D&D if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to burn out.
In D&D sessions.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, right?
Yeah.
If you want to dress up as a wizard, go for it. So I always play good characters. I find it hard to be the bad guy, but it is tempting to try to do that every once in a while. But I usually play the good guy.
Yeah. Unless if you're a good guy who eventually turns evil.
Yeah, you could do a story twist or something like that.
Yeah. That seems about right.